Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be doing a tier list of the Black Ops 6 multiplayer maps. There's 17, there may be repeats. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive right in. Alright, so first up we got Protocol, okay? Now, Protocol, in my opinion, is a pretty bad map. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Also, sorry that this shit is like super saturated. I could not tell you why it looks like that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get in. So right here, right, we got the map layout, okay? And this map layout is, I don't know why I cropped it, bro. Jesus Christ. Could I please fucking, thank you. All right, so yeah, this map layout is pretty dog water in my opinion, okay? And the reason why is because there's a lot of spawn trapping, and you will see this as a common theme for why a map is ranked pretty low, is because the spawns in this game are horrible, and that affects how the map plays. All right, especially in game modes that aren't single life. All right, I don't play S&D, so um, I can't rank the map off of that. Although I feel like S&D, if I were to play that more, it would probably give me a more accurate map ranking. But this is just like first impressions. Maybe I'll update this video later and put my updated thoughts on these maps. But as of right now, this is my going to be my ranking for these maps. Um, I think Black Ops 6 has some of the worst maps out of any Treyarch game. Not Call of Duty in general. I think Modern Warfare 2019 and 22 still take the cake for how to not do proper map design. All right, so this map is pretty bad in my opinion, simply because of spawn trapping. The layout is one of the better ones. I will give them that. There's a lot of verticality in this map, all right? And you got a lot of good points, right? It has some original Treyarch design that isn't too bad, okay? And it kind of reminds me of that one World War II map, if you know what I'm referring to. Not Van Garbage, like World War II, the original World War II game Sledgehammer made back in the day. I forgot what he was called, but yeah. So this map is pretty bad simply just because of the spawn point right by three. And the reason for that is because if you're right here, you could easily just get people that are spawning in right here. There's too many lines of sight in this one area, and this area right here is a clusterfuck. Being able to see basically the whole map from right here is also insane because there's also this spot right here. So this house is like way too powerful. Kind of the same thing right here, but I want to say not really. All right, so although this spawn gets spawn trapped way more, this building is more powerful and it doesn't balance it out. But even though it might sound like I'm trying to say that, it really doesn't. You also got this area right here that allows you to camp in this little chinook, and that's also fucking annoying. Right, so this map is going to be ranked at on F tier 17. If it'll, Jesus Christ, I don't know why it's really laggy right now, but yeah. Um, Protocol is going to be ranked that fucking low. All right, so now we're in Redcard. Perfect timing. All right. Um, I'd like to say that Redcard is a disappointment. All right, and like the reasoning for that, you'll understand here in a second. So Redcard is, in my opinion, the definition of mid. I am not a fan of this map at all. Um, Simply because not spawn trapping. I mean, like you can spawn trap it. There's some pretty bad spawns in this area right here. Especially if someone's camping right here, you're able to get a few. Uh, I was about to say signs of light, but no, it's lines of sight. Jesus Christ! All right, so yeah, this map's mid. I'm not a big fan of it, especially with um, so this is hard point, but in Dom, you got this right here, that, and I want to see. I think there's one back here. All right. And yeah, I this map is horrible. There's way too much shit going on. This is 100%. This is a worse map layout than Stadium from Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. I think it might have been called something different in Black Ops 1. I could be mistaken, but yeah, this map is awful. I don't really feel like I have to go into depth. Just know that there's way too much cover. This spot is fucking ridiculous. And the spawning right here is pretty awful. Again, it's just such a long map. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of maps where one hallway is like basically the Burj Khalifa laying on its side. I don't know how else to explain that. I want to compare this map to Border Crossing in that sense, where it's just like, even though there's cover, it's just like this is such a long line of sight. Like I don't like it's bad. All right, just understand that. So this map is also going to be ranked at tier 17. All right, next up we got Rewind. All right, so I want to say Rewind isn't like too bad. All right, but it is, because it also suffers the same issues that that the like the last map that I just brought up does, where it's just like it feels like the same fucking map. I don't know how else to explain that. It's just too long, too many long ass lines of sight. Again, this map also feels like Border Crossing from Modern Warfare 22 in my opinion. And you can't make the argument, well, they got all this shit in the middle, and you are right, but most of the gunfights end up being in these two big ass areas because it's so open for one, and two, these like the inside of these buildings are so claustrophobic that anyone camping with a shotgun will ruin your day. So no one ends up going in here, right? Um, Protect Burger Town like Ramirez. That's what I like to do. All right, I don't know if that's what this establishment or fast food restaurant is called, but Donald Trump isn't working the fries, so it's definitely not McDonald's. All right, so this map is fucking awful. To again, just really long lines of sight reminds me of Border Crossing. And you make the argument all you want, well, they added a bend into it. That doesn't change the fact that you can still see all the way, like you can get a really good one. All right, I don't know how else to say that this map is dog shit. Besides that, so this map is also going into F tier. It is also being ranked at 17, along with these three other maps. Now you might be wondering, well, how am I going to fill the holes in my ranking if three different maps are in the same rank? Well, my answer to that is shut the fuck up. I don't care. We're gonna have open spots in this just simply because for the memes. All right, I'm gonna be completely real. I was gonna hide that fact, but now I can't anymore, really. But yeah, so also protocol is supposed to be right there. I didn't mean to put Scud in there. Although yeah, I might as well here in a second. Anyway, let's move on to a decent map, Subsonic. Okay, now that might be controversial, but I'm being so dead ass. I actually think Subsonic ain't that bad. I will say it is easy to get spawn trapped on Subsonic, but it's such a small map that I can understand why it happens. So I'm not gonna get too pissed at it, right? However, when we make it to Babylon, I will not hold back. Okay, so don't think I'm like gonna be nice in that regard. But yeah, I want to say that I'm trying to close these. So I don't know why they're open. Anyway, yeah. So Subsonic actually is a decent map. I don't hate it. I like that the doors are dynamic. That actually kind of makes the map flow better at some points, and sometimes makes the map flow worse. Um, or it's not even that bad, really. I'm gonna be completely honest. So yeah. So let's just pretend the doors are shut for right now. All right, and look at it from the view that I'm about to show you. All right, so this map isn't too bad. You got this big ass jet right here. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but if you stand on top of it, you could get some pretty good lines of sight down at these two angles. And honestly, if you're like me and you sit right here, you get here. Let me just clear that up. You can get what right here, or right here. These are like really common spots for how like people trying to get five right here, or what could be referred as. Well, this is A, and then this is B, or right here, and this is C. Oh wait, no, hold up, no, I'm tripping. I'm pretty sure C is right here actually. But yeah, so I don't hate this map actually. I think it flows fairly well. Um, and that could be because I've only gotten good games on Subsonic. I have not had a game where I logged off and got pissed. I will say though that I haven't won a lot on this map, and that could be because I'm not really playing OBJ, or if I am, my teammates really aren't, so I can't really, I can't one man army everything, right? So, but besides that, like I still have fun. I don't really care if I lose. I've given up on win or lose games and COD simply just because the way that SBMM and NeoMM, whatever it's called now, works. It's basically the map is gonna not the map. I want to say the whoever wins is gonna be determined before you even load in, right? So I've kind of given up on that. But yeah, Subsonic really isn't a bad map. I don't. I think I actually did play gameplay of it up. So here I'm gonna throw some of that in real quick. But yeah, Subsonic, you know, decent map. Not a big hater of it, in my opinion. It's also not a bad looking map. I will say it's a little tan, um, for a Black Ops map, but I mean, it's pretty cool. It takes place on a base. All right, so yeah, I will rank Subsonic C tier. Hold up, it's gonna like yeah, C tier. I'll give it. I'll give it 13 out of 17. I don't know what that looks like actually, but just know that it's not too bad. I give it C tier. It's mid. It's not bad, but it's also not like too good. I should probably clarify that. It probably sounded like I was glazing Subsonic. Subsonic is not a crazy, like, groundbreaking map. Don't get me wrong, it's still small as fuck, and there are some issues with spawns, but it's not too bad. Like, it's a playable map. I'll put it like that. So that's what C is. S is like iconic and just like playable, right? Like it works. Okay, so I should probably put that out there too. So like A is like good, A for effort. All right. B is like it's close to A, but there's some things that hold it back. However, it's not mid, so it's not going to be C. And then D is like, I could live without it. And then F is like bad. I hate it. I don't want to play it. I actively vote for other maps if I can. All right. So moving on to Babylon. This is going to be the next map that we show, all right, that we rank. Okay. So I actually am not the bigot. Why is Ryan Reynolds so fucking red? Anyway, I am actually a big Babylon hater. Fuck this map. This map is fucking awful. The spawns are fucking awful. I'm gonna keep complaining about this fucking spawn right here. Fuck this map. This map is garbage. Hot poo poo, hot doo doo. Um, I think I was making an argument earlier about how, for some reason, modern Treyarch maps seem to take this idea where they just have like this blank slate that's like a square rectangle. They throw a fucking building in the middle, and then they call it a day. And the building in the middle could either be like this fucking thing, like an op map from CS, where you just have literally three lanes going through, or it could be super complicated. They have like five buses in the middle. They have like a shit ton of chairs and tables flipped over. Like I'm just gonna scribble on the screen for dramatic effect. It could be bad. All right, so fuck Babylon. This map is dog shit. This is if I could rank it at 18 out of 17, I fucking would. Babylon is dog shit. 0 out of 10. Fuck it. I hate that map. Okay. Babylon is fucking awful. I fucking hate Babylon. Me and my homies fucking hate Babylon. Fuck Babylon. I don't give a shit about Babylon, alright? So I'm gonna go ahead and close out of these while I can. So that way this shit ain't taking up RAM or whatever. Alright, so yeah. Fuck that map. Fuck Babylon. Babylon is dog shit. See, dude's even already moved on from Babylon. It's a very small map, so I mean I'm not surprised that it started showing Derellict gameplay already, which is actually pretty good because now we're moving on to Derelict. All right, so Derelict, I want to say Derelict is all right, but sadly I cannot say that Derelict is all right. Derelict is also a map that I was shitting on during the beta and am still actively hating today. I think it. I don't. I might have complained about it in My Black Ops 6 review. Because I made two videos. This should have been in the second video. Maybe I shit on it in the first video. But yeah, this map is fucking ass. Same issues that I have with like border crossing, for example, where it's just like you end up camping in here, or you end up camping in here, and then whoever ends up in the middle ends up getting shot by someone right here, or 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 right here. Like it, there's so many lines of sight and somehow so much cover that it doesn't make sense. Like I genuinely don't know how this map even came to fruition. It's just so fucking ass. I don't like, bro. You can get spawn trapped right here if someone ends up in right here. It just sprays. But like, God, I don't even want to talk about Derelict. I'm actively getting pissed off the more I talk about it. All right, so Derelict. If I could lump you in with Babylon and put you at 18 out of 17, I would. 0 out of 10, fuck that map. We're already on to Skyline. So let's move on to that. All right. So Skyline. Again, I'm not like the biggest hater of it, but like I don't like it too much either. In my opinion, it falls into the definition of mid, are arguably worse than Subsonic. All right, so go ahead and open up um, Skyline real quick for you guys. All right, so I'm not the biggest fan of Skyline. I think it's like I've been saying. I think it's just terribly mid. I feel like the map layout could definitely be better. And I'll get into the reasons why. So, I was talking to someone and they compared this map um to Hijacked. Jesus Christ, I was having such a brain fart. So yeah, they compared it to Hijacked, and I kind of actually see where they're coming from. All right, especially with the area that you're seeing right here in the background. So you have this hidden area, right? That connects you. I want to say it's more like that. I don't know why I drew a straight line. So you know you do have that. You know you got your spawn and whatnot. The color palette feels similar, right? Um, you know you're like in this rich looking place, right? There's a hot tub. So I mean, yeah, yeah. But basically, what I'm trying to get at is, um, it's like they wanted to take hijacked and make it work, but it just doesn't. I don't like it. All right, like that's the best for layman's terms. That's the best way I can put it. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't really like this map. All right, so again, falls into the definition of absurdity and mid, just because of the fact that the new chair design philosophy for maps, like I've been saying, is throwing a building with overcomplicated insides or overly simplified insides, and then throwing three lanes through the middle of it and calling it, you know, a day. I don't like that. I don't like Skyline. I think it's horribly mid. I feel like it could have been done better. And that, like there's just simply not enough space in between this house right here and this house right here. So yeah, Skyline's horrible. I don't like it. I rank Skyline. Hmm. It's more playable though, so I'll give it D tier. I'll give this map 15 out of um 17. I think I gave Subsonic 13, which feels about right. So yeah. So moving on, we now have Vorkuta. So Vorkuta, I actually like this map. So you might be like, what the fuck? This map is like dog shit. You know, it's easy to spawn camp or whatever. But hold on. Wait a minute. All right. I mean, cook. Its aesthetic and layout, in my opinion, is more creative than any of the other maps that I have like put down. And the reasoning for this is just simply because I mean, just like look at it. Got this big ass disc in the center. It's just a memorable map. I don't know, like that adds to it in my opinion. Like it just feels cool. And the layout isn't bad, and it doesn't fall into that absurdity. I feel like there's an insanity. There's definitely a better word for it. if you understand where I'm coming from. But like I said, what I'm trying to say is it doesn't fall into that fucking annoying ass design philosophy that they seem to have, where they just throw an overly complicated building in the middle, throw 3 lanes through it, and then call it a day. That isn't the case with this map, which is why I like it. I also like the color palette. I'm a fan of blue, so they're also going to win points with me there. I also like it when there's like huge ass shit going on in the background, so like the big cranes. Yeah, again, the aesthetic plays a lot into why I like this map. Again, and on top of that, the layout is not that bad. It is way more playable. The lanes are more stretched out, have decent cover, not overly complicated, makes it easy to play. All right, it feels like a world at war map. Jesus Christ, I was struggling to say that. So yeah, I like I said, I really like this map. I think it's better. I will say though, there are some spawning issues with this one in particular, and people holding down an angle right here and right here particularly, where it just turns into a bloodbath and you can't really get out of that. But this map is not bad. I will rank this with Subsonic. I put Vorkuta 14 out of 17. All right, so worse than Subsonic, but not bad. It's mid. That's the best way I can put it. And I don't hate it. All right, so moving on, we got Vault. So hold on, I want to, because the yeah. So the reason why I'm doing this right now, so they call it Sound House right here, but it is called Warhead. So uh, just have to keep that in mind. All right, so Vault. Vault, in my opinion, is pretty bad. I don't like it. Again, the same philosophy of let's just throw a fucking building in the middle and call it a day. I don't like that. Um, I think it's lazy. The map is really long. There's a lot of lines of sight for it. Again, just not a fan of the map. So I am gonna rank this pretty low, obviously, if you cannot already tell. This map reminds me of Elia Palace from Modern Warfare 2019. I fucking hate Elia Palace. I think it might be like in Elia Palace or something, but you most likely know what I'm talking about. All right. So yeah, I fucking hate this map. I don't like it. All right. This line of sight is the prime example. Also, the inside is so fucking complicated, which it looks like it isn't, but I'm telling you, when you're in there, the design is like of the interior is so claustrophobic that it's easy to like lose someone, especially since they have this lower area right here that you can barely see that leads into the pool, right? So I'm not a fan of the map. I think it could have been done better. There isn't spawn trapping issues from what I've, I did well. There is because Black Ops 6 spawning is bad, but it's not as common. Like you will catch someone sitting right here maybe, or someone sitting right there, but more likely than not, it isn't that big of an issue. However, that does not save Vault from being too fucking bad. Like I actively want to play another map. It's not that it's too big. It's just that the lanes are too long. Um, without good cover. Like, see, you can see right here, they just kind of throw cars in the middle, and then it's just not. I don't like the layout. All right. But I will say this is better than the maps listed here. So I will put it in D, but it is under Skyline. So I will rank Vault 16 out of 17. Okay. So now let's move on to Scud. Boy, oh boy. Everyone's favorite map. So I see so I'm gonna put this out there. Um Blame Truth, I watch a lot of him, and Blame Truth is becoming more and more like your deranged, grandpa, like an Uncle Ruckus ass figure. You know what I mean? Like he's just like saying out of pocket shit, where some of it does kind of align, but most of the time it's just like, what the fuck are you yapping about? Like his skill based damage is like making me go insane and think that maybe I should unsubscribe because I think he is falling off into the deep end and of obscurity along with Eight Thoughts. Um, so yeah, again, if you're gonna watch a COD YouTuber watching your cinema, that's not say Blame Truth isn't a bad COD YouTuber. I just think COD has like fucked him up in the brain so bad with these dog shit installments that like he can't return without something like being paranoid basically. So yeah, which is sad. That's not on him. That is literally on COD, bro. Like it's bad. Anyway, so I'm not even gonna like try and fucking sugarcoat it. This map is worse than all of the other maps combined. All right, Scud is fucking awful. I fucking hate Scud. Fuck Scud. I don't even feel like showing the fucking the like there's no point to really show you. Like, there's already been so many memes, I feel like, of how bad Scud is. But I'll just go ahead and show you the issues with it. So, one, there is spawn trapping issues. Two, it's just a really big fucking map. All right. I will say it doesn't fall into the annoyingness of modern Treyarch map design where they just throw a big ass building in the center. But it does, like, it's so bad. Like it's so fucking bad. This area can literally, bro, it oversees the whole map. It is right by this spawn right here. But if you end up getting in a spot like right here somehow, you're able to spawn trap these guys. And let's say that doesn't happen and you're able to get hold of the satellite dish, you're able to spawn trap these guys. Bro, it is yeah, all right. I don't feel like I have to explain. You already get the point. Fuck Scud, all right. All right, let's move on to Warhead. All right. So Warhead, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Warhead, I don't have a overview of it. Sadly, I'll try and find one while I talk about it. But I actually kind of fuck with Warhead. All right. So Warhead actually isn't that bad of a map. I like the aesthetic. I feel like the new version of the Nuketown buildings look kind of dog shit, but the layouts are still the same, so it's not like that bad. My like what I'm going to say is so I don't fuck with the recoloring that they did of Yellow House, specifically where it's like all of it is yellow instead of keeping the white accents. I thought that made the building look nicer to look at, the house nicer to look at, um, instead of just having it like this one weird shade of yellow throughout the whole house. But I mean it's whatever, they can do whatever they want to do. um so yeah, but yeah, Warhead isn't too bad. There it looks like there isn't really a map overview of it, sadly. So I mean that kind of explains here. I'll just fucking bring this down so you guys can see. So this is Warhead's. This is the YouTuber I'm using for gameplay, by the way. So do I have to? Where is it? Yeah. So Warhead, it's not too bad. There is a lot of spawn trapping though, but that's mainly because I've been playing a lot of 6v6 game modes, so it's to be expected for a map that's supposed to be, normally 2v2. But I mean, hey, I don't hate it. I think it's bad, not bad or too bad. Like it's somewhat playable. However, I will say that what makes it playable is camping. So that's the issue with it. If I could, I would rank it. Huh. I have to pull up the tier list because I opened this up. I would rank this 16 out of 17 along with Vault. Like, it isn't bad, but like if I'm gonna vote for, like, uh if I got Warhead, sorry, I'm having a blank on the name. Like it feels like they just finished it. Anyway, Warhead is not too bad, but it's bad. Like it's not good, but it's not horrible. But there's just enough bad qualities to kind of pull it down. With my complaints about the aesthetic and uh, pacing. But again, it's a face-off map, so what are you to really expect when it comes to 6v6? So keep that in mind about my rankings. Is that if I rank a face-off map pretty low, it's probably just simply because of my preferences. All right, my bias towards playing against six people rather than two. Okay, my days of gunfight are over. All right, so Stakeout, that's the next map. All right, so um let me check to see if I even have this in my I don't think I do. Again, it's just another small map. I don't feel like pulling up the map layout. Just know that it's a really small map. It takes place in like this apartment complex, and you, it's just bad. All right, I would rank this below, right around Scud. Um, this shit is so laggy. I don't even feel like trying to reorganize like in which order I'd put these in. Just know that these are all equally bad. Okay, so Stakeout, you get a 17 out of 17. I feel like I don't really have to go into that anymore. All right, so let's jump into Gala. What do I think about Gala? Let me pull up some gameplay for that. So Gala, I again the same issue as the previous map. It's just too fucking small for 6v6 gameplay that it's just not really playable. So yeah, I don't really fuck with Gala. Um, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I just look at this map. It's just so fucking. You can shoot through everything too, so like that adds to the shittiness of it. And I'll even go into depth about that with Nuketown. All right, so Pit again. I'm not a fan of that. Fuck Pit. I like here. I'll show some gameplay of it too. I guess. Fuck Pit. Not a big fan of it. 17 out of 17, 18 out of 18, or 18 out of 17 doesn't matter. It's a dog shit map. I don't like it. Same thing with Gala. And it's not that the aesthetics are bad. Like the aesthetics are fucking cool. It's just that it's too small for 6v6 gameplay that it kind of just becomes campy, and whoever ends up running around is like a TTV sweat, and I just, I don't feel like playing against them. So now let's move on to Payback. All right. So Payback, I want to say Payback is like hmm, I like uh, I was trying, bro. This is like the third take I've made on this video. I'm trying to figure out what I'd rank this. So it's bad. I don't know how else to explain it. It's more playable than a majority of the maps that I have in F tier, but like this spawn is so fucking ass. Yeah, it might as well just be an F tier at that point. Yeah, it's pretty bad. All right, so here let's go over why. If you spawn in this area right here, you're pretty much good because this building has a second floor, and if you just sit up here, you won't die the whole game. Meanwhile, if spawn, because you're guaranteed to die if you go in here, all right? But if you sit and spawn, um, and I'm not going to get mad at you for doing that. This map might as well be a 2v2 face-off map just because of how small it is. So, because, like I said, you're guaranteed to die if you go in here. Now, you might be like, well, I don't give a shit if I die. Well, I do. All right. So, like I'm trying to streak. I'm not trying to fucking die. Okay. It's just overly complicated. Falls into the same issue that I have with Skyrise, for example, and a couple other maps where it's just like the new Treyarch philosophy for map design is to just throw a building in the middle, make the end side either too simple or overly complicated, and fucking make it annoying as fuck to traverse through. Make three lanes that somehow go through it, and call it a day. So this map is fucking awful. You can spawn trap easily just by having a buddy take this spot, because then you got that area, and then this spot, because then you got that, or yeah, right here, because then you got this area. You can even have someone right here. It's just so quick to spawn and die. I don't like the map. Payback is really bad. It should have stayed in the campaign. Okay, so yeah, pray to God that this map becomes way more rare in rotation, but I have gotten it quite a bit. So Payback is another 18 out of 17 map in my opinion. 17 out of 17. It's pretty bad. All right, so moving on, we are now on Lowtown. All right, so this map is also pretty fucking bad. Um, yeah, I don't like it. And the reasoning for this, I'll show you here, real quick. Is it's just the same issue that every other map has, where it's just like they throw a building in the middle, throw three lanes through it, and then call it a day. But on top of that, this map has water, bro. And like normally Treyarch, when they throw water in it, it makes more sense, but with this it's just like I don't get it. I really don't. It's just I don't. You can like you can camp in the water. It's so easily to not notice people. But two, the only good spot where the water makes sense is like in this building right here because there is like a little hatch that you can drop through and end up in the water. But like besides that, like there's no reason to justify having water in this map. I will say it is better than Modern Warfare 3 in 2022, where if they included water, it was just like on the outside of the map, and then they basically pretended like that was like a third lane to a two-lane map. So I will say it is better than that, but I mean, like, bro, this map is fucking awful. I will say that I wouldn't complain about the water too much if they, somehow drained this part out right here, and it was just like regular land, but they kept the water right here because they Treyarch does have Black Ops 3 maps where the water basically does just that, where it acts more as a vessel to get through that, acting as like a hidden passage, if you will, similar to Hijack, for example, right? But it's a bad map, easy to spawn trap if you're right here. This building's way too overpowered. You can oversee literally everything, and like I said, it just falls into that uh, monotony of let's just throw a building in the center and call it a day. Throw three lanes through it. So yeah, this map is fucking awful. Um, yeah, 18 out of 17 if I could. All right, so I don't really know if I have to pull up the like you. If you're watching this video, you are more than likely already a Call of Duty fan, so you know what Nuketown is. All right. Um, I had to find some Nuketown gameplay for you guys because well it just came out. All right, so I'm gonna try and find some for you guys real quick while I try and figure out where I'd rank this. All right, so here we go. We got Korean Savage gameplay, aka the dude that fixes gameplay videos. So yeah, we're gonna rank Newtown. All right, trying to think of what I want to say first. All right, so here we are. Newtown layout's fine. It's whatever. But the spawning is awful. You can shoot through all the buildings without like FNJ or 556 attachment, right? This map is awful. Okay, I don't know how they did it, but they managed to fuck Nuketown up really bad. Okay, it is so easy to spawn trap. You can spawn trap from what feels like anywhere on the map. All right, because you can shoot through everything, like I've been saying. So I just don't like it. And even it so I reverse boost, okay, and even when I reverse boost, I still find myself going against sweaty ass players in this playlist. And maybe it's just because you can shoot through everything. I don't know. Maybe I'm not reverse boosting right. I don't know. Okay, but the map flow is awful because of the spawning. The aesthetic doesn't make any fucking sense. Now I might be wondering, well, they just returned to the OG Black Ops One Nuketown. I will. I guarantee you, I can make a better Nuketown. All right, aesthetic wise, okay. The aesthetic on this map is so fucking weird, bro. Like, because it's like they took it and then through like had like an AI fucking make the rest of it. All right, like I don't know how else to explain that. Like they had like an AI kind of change some of the choices on this. Like, bro, what is this? Like, walk it back, bro. Walk it back. Like, what the fuck is going on right here? This doesn't make sense in 60s architecture. I've never seen anything like this on anyone's house. Like, I don't know. Like, this isn't even like a modern design. This is just like how, like, you got to remember they're building the purpose of having a nuke test site is to like test out to see what a normal neighborhood would look like a generic nuclear family would have to endure during a nuke, right? no one is affording a house that has like this expensive ass looking metal paneling for one. Two, there's way too many windows on pink house. Like, bro, I could literally go in, dude. You don't want even like. Why is there so many windows on pink house? Why are the shutters on green house, on teal house, whatever you want to call it? Why are the shutters on blue house blue? We all know that shit's basically green. Why the fuck is the shit blue? Why the fuck are the white accents on yellow house gone? Why is it a darker shade of yellow now? Everything else though is fine. Like I like that they changed the regular wood looking color of um that I forgot what it's called, but it's like a patio. You know what I mean? Where you can go up, right? I'm welcome to that change. I like they added some more foliage to everything, makes it feel a little bit more realistic. I also like that the grass has like patches, like because in a regular neighborhood, someone isn't gonna have like a 5-star lawn, right? Like you know what I mean. But yeah, it just feels overly complicated. Also, what the fuck did they do to Yellow House Garage? Why is it green? Why is it green? Why is the inside concrete now? Like, ay. Like, I could go on and on and on. Like, I really do wish they just kind of remastered it, but this doesn't feel like a remaster, in my opinion. It just feels weird. Like, I don't. Everything about it just feels off, if that makes sense. Like, the garage here on green, on yellow house, or not yellow, blue house is all right. Um, like, the models look fine but it's just like the wallpaper looks overly complicated. They're reusing textures from older games. Now you might be like, well, that's Call of Duty been doing that forever. My point is, brother, is that it like you have so many devs, you have so many resources, and yet instead of just remastering it one to one, you decide to do like this weird remake, remaster thing that just doesn't fit the original aesthetic in my opinion that the original one has. Like it just feels weird. And it's cramped. The scaling for the map is small. It is too small. So yeah. Um you guys want to know where I'm going to rank it? Yeah. I know. I'm probably going to insert the Vine boom sound effect somewhere in there. That Nuketown so far, all right, maybe they'll fix it in a future update cuz it did just come out. But brother, y'all fumbled so fucking bad with Nuketown. I'm also a little like saturated to it, and you guys will find out why in the future. But I like, all right. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, this is my Call of Duty map tier list video. I'm gonna upload this here in a second. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next time. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you stayed all the way through the 45 minutes of me rambling. So yeah.